In this video, we're going to look at Outlook and how we can add our Google Mail account onto our Outlook program. There are many advantages to that, and we're going to look into those and look at the tools and tips and tricks with Outlook. But let's get our Gmail email account ready to connect to our Outlook. So we're going to open up our Gmail account. There's a few things we need to check before we even attempt to connect it to our Outlook installation. So we're going to open our Gmail and we're going to our settings. So there's this little cog on the right hand side. I'm going to go to settings. And once that's loaded, we're going to grab our forwarding and POP/IMP. So POP and IMAP, as it's known, or IMAP, are two different ways that you can access your mail from a different service. Two different server protocols, if you like. POP is the older one and the less secure one, and to be perfectly honest, not very good. So we're going to use IMAP or IMAP for our Outlook connection, because it gives us the ability to mark things as read and to read things and to delete things on Google Mail within our Outlook. POP is a lot more basic and works in as much as your Outlook client is a separate part of it. So theoretically, if you got an email, you would get that email into Gmail. Your Outlook client would pull that email into Outlook, and if you read that email client, there would be no read receipt. There would be no backwards communication back to Gmail. So Outlook couldn't tell Gmail that you've read that email, or if you deleted that email, or you moved it to a different folder. With IMAP, you can do that. So with IMAP, your Outlook account and your Gmail account would be synced. So if you created a new folder in Outlook, Gmail would create the same folder again. If you moved an email from your inbox to your folder A, it would make that move. If you deleted the email, it would delete the email, etc., etc., etc. So what we want to look at is under the IMAP access here, we want to make sure IMAP is enabled. So you may find that this is disabled by default, or if you've been using Gmail for a while and you've had it set up with other things, you may find it's enabled. But this is the first step to check, is always confirm that it's enabled on your Google Mail account to start with. Otherwise, it's just not going to connect. As simple as, because Google will just reject the connection straight away. That's the first thing we need to check. So IMAP is enabled, we're good to go. The next point to check is Google has what's known as a less secure devices policy. Now, this sounds really scary, but it's to protect you. It's to do your own. It's for your account's own good. But it basically regards anything that without multi-form authentication or anything without Google's specific directive or developers being involved classes under this less secure device policy. So we need to tell it that we want other things to connect to Google Mail that are, in Google's eyes, less secure. For example, Microsoft's Outlook. So for that, we need to go into our actual Google Mail account. So we're going to click on our image. We're going to go to manage your Google account. And once we've done that, we're going to look for the less secure device policy. So if we search our Google account for less secure, or just less in this case, it's found it. So it's under less secure app access. Now, as it says here, it gives you a brief explanation of it, and you can also click to learn more about it and what Google classes as less secure. But the main takeaway is that we turn it on. So you want to allow less secure apps. We want to turn it on. Okay, so once that's done, those two things, we've got less secure app access turned on. We've got IMAP turned on onto our Gmail account. We're now ready to make that connection and to marry Outlook with Gmail. So we have minimize these for a second. We're going to open our Outlook app. Now, if this is the first time you've opened Outlook, you're going to be greeted with the wizard. If it's not, you'll be obviously greeted with your standard Outlook dashboard. What you need to do, you just go to File, Add Account, or if you've got the wizard, you'll just literally get the Add Account wizard up, which will look the same way. So if we go to File, Add Account, if you haven't done this before and Outlook is open for the first time, you'll actually get the same window here. The same sort of basic window of Outlook, but you won't have Outlook loaded in the background. So Outlook here is asking for your email address. So it's asking for your actual email address from Google. Now this is actually your Google email address. It works as both your email address and your username in the words of Google. I'm going to hit connect. Now, Google and Outlook, has or should be clever enough to find out what settings we want to use it as. So it's found there's an IMAP account, which is exactly what we want it to find, and it's now asking us for our password. So this is the same password that you would log into Gmail with or your other email accounts. Click on OK. Now Outlook is now done exactly what we wanted to do. It's gone to Gmail, it's gone to the Gmail server, it's gone to Google and gone, I have these details, are these correct? Gmail's come back and gone, yes, these are correct. So we're now going to add it successfully as IMAP, which is what we want, and we're going to hit done. Now once that's done, let's just get rid of this. Once that's done, you can see Smiley Geeks, this is our Gmail account up here, and what it's going to do is now going to go through, it's going to send a test email, which has come through perfectly, which is great. And it's going to go through and start downloading our emails. Now, this is a demo account, it's a test account, it hasn't got any emails in it at all. But the way Outlook will download the emails, it will download the first ones first. So your newest emails, i.e. the ones you're going to get this second, this second, this second, and then it's going to go backdate. So it gives you your emails that you're working on currently, and it will slowly backfill your inbox from Gmail. It does this so you can you don't have a delay on your email receiving, and so that you can carry on working day to day while it syncs your backlog emails. Now, depending on how big your Google Mail account and how fast your internet connection, this can take between 10 minutes, and I have seen it take up to an hour before for really large mailboxes. But once that's done, you'll see down the bottom here, connected. And if you want to confirm that it's done, you can go up to the top to send and receive all folders, and it'll go ahead and synchronize them all, and you'll be good. Now you can work on your Gmail account through Outlook.